Welcome back to The Manager, where we explore the inspiring journeys of women navigating life, work, and family with strength and grace. I'm your host, Aimee Rickabus, author of The Manager, Unveiling the Invisible Work and Sparking a Leadership Revolution, now available on Amazon. Today, I'm deeply honored to introduce Lindsay Buwalda, the visionary founder of Bliss Productions and BP Collective, based in our shared hometown of Laguna Beach, California. Lindsay is an extraordinary event designer and brand expert with over 20 years of experience crafting unforgettable weddings, corporate events, and retreats. A mother of two, she brings creativity and intention to everything she does. Fun fact, we graduated from Laguna Beach High School together, and it's a joy to reconnect. Lindsay, you've read chapter 1 of The Manager. To start, could you take me through a day in the life of busy mom and entrepreneur? What does that look like for you?
Busy mom and entrepreneur. Wow. Well, it's different every day. As you know, kids wake up. I wake up at 4:35 usually. And then I try to meditate right when I wake up and maybe try to do a cold plunge. And then after that, I'll start to work, get the kids ready to go to school and try to make it super joyful at that time. And then after I drop them off, I'm a runner. I'm still a runner. After all these years.
Wow, still running.
Yes.
Good.
So I'll go on a run, usually by the beach or in the hills. And then that resets my mind and gets me started for the day. And then I'll work until I pick them up from school.
Nice. Yeah. So what are your working hours? Like, what's your time block?
Yeah. So time is super essential, as you know, being a mom and trying to juggle everything, shuffle everything. But I'll usually do an hour and a half time block in the morning before they wake up. And then from like 8, I run. So then from about 9 to 3. And then now they have sports. So if they do, then I'll do a little bit more.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I know. And what I've been trying to do is I think everybody has a little bit of ADD. So I'll literally do like 25-minute increments and I'll time it. And then I'll give myself 3 minutes in between to do something fun.
Oh, I love that. What do you do in your fun time? What's your 3-minute fun?
Well, I guess it's not that fun. Maybe I'll do the dishes or at least it gives me like a break.
Yeah.
And then I'll get competitive with myself. So I'll try to, like you have to finish this task in 25 minutes, but it's really helpful.
Yeah. I love that.
Because it doesn't go on and on.
Yeah. I love that. I love time blocking too.
Yeah.
Because if I know I only have to do something for a certain amount of time, I'm actually way more productive.
Yes.
Than if I had all the time in the day to do something.
Absolutely.
And I think this is why mothers are so productive.
I think so
because we have a lot to do.
Yes.
And we don't have a lot of time to do it in. So
it's like be intentional.
Be intentional.
Yes.
I love it. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Intentional with your time.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I love that. That's definitely one of my things for sure. What's one invisible labor task that you manage that keeps your family going?
Invisible labor task. Well, there's a lot, but one of them is just making sure that you tap into their emotions, right? And that they're doing okay and that you guys are in sync and like on the same page and that they're happy. Yeah. There's only so many years before they leave. And so that's something that I think is imperative.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And invisible.
Invisible. It's so invisible.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's so invisible, but so essential.
Isn't it? I know. And I don't want to gloss over that. Yeah. And then I think when they're happy and doing okay and you feel like you're in sync with them, then I think the family is in a better spot.
Absolutely. Yeah. I can only be as happy as my saddest child.
It's so true.
I think Momi's mom said that to me.
Oh my gosh, that's a good
She's
one.
got 8 kids.
I know.
And that was her thing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how hard is that with 8 kids?
That is amazing.
It's true. You got 6 kids. And if you have one that's not doing so happy, you're like, oh, okay, I feel that.
Totally. Yeah. And I want them to be able to be vocal and express their feelings, right? I think that's super important.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. I love that. In chapter 1, we talk about like the patriarchal challenges of like living in this world.
Right.
Have you come across like being underestimated as a woman or experienced this in your career in event designing or any of that thing?
I think like anybody, when you first start in any industry, of course, you're going to experience that. And that was okay at the beginning because maybe I should have been underestimated a little bit. Right.
Right.
But then as you grow and become more confident, I think in what you're doing and in your career, then, and as a woman and as you evolve and get to know yourself more, I think that you kind of maybe like softly demand that confidence and then you're not overlooked. So for me, yes, absolutely. Especially I worked in the corporate world. So I did marketing and branding for Ford and First American.
Wow.
So it was very male dominated. So I think that, yeah, I was dismissed a little bit, but I think I grew a lot from that and learned. And now owning my own business, I think just like having those boundaries too is important. And yeah. So that's a long answer to your question.
No, I love that. Yeah. I think we've all had a little taste of it along the way, especially when we were young and pretty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I worked with a lot of dealers at Ford from the dealerships. So that was interesting.
I bet. I can only imagine. Yeah. And it was a different time. It was, 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you learn, right?
You do. You learn. You learn and you grow.
Yes.
From it, for sure.
Yes.
Could you share a moment when you felt like your expertise was overlooked, and how did you overcome it and reaffirm your leadership?
That's such a good question. I think owning my own company, I've had Bliss Productions for 15 years, but when I was first starting, going back to boundaries, I think that, you would do anything for any client, and I still would, but in a very different way. So now I'm more structured in terms of what times they can contact me and how they can contact me. And it's, I think a lot of times people will look at maybe what you're doing as a hobby, but it's how I make my living. Yes, I think I'm more direct and more structured, and I push back a lot more than I used to.
I love that. Yeah, I think that's one of the big things that you learn from being in business is how to have boundaries around your personal time and not work all the time.
Yes.
Because you'll really burn yourself out.
Oh, burnout is a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you find that when you first got started that you were pushing yourself too hard?
Yes. And I mean, even now, and especially now starting VP Collective as well, it's like you have to, then you just have to bring people in and be okay with that too. There's that balance.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, bringing in employees that you can. Yeah, absolutely.
And then the right ones, right?
Well, that's always the tricky part, isn't it?
It can be.
It can be. Yeah, absolutely. And then also communicating with us what you need from your employees clearly,
right?
So that they know how to perform.
Absolutely.
And how to help you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then implementing those structures within your own company so that it can start running by itself a little bit more.
Absolutely. Yeah. I feel like this incarnation of my life, my companies, the companies that we have going right now are so much more on autopilot.
Yes.
That's fantastic. I love that.
Good for you.
We used to work our butts off. Like for real, we worked, like you, probably just 7 days a week.
Yep.
We, even on holidays, we'd be working with clients and it was nonstop.
And that's not healthy.
No, it's not. No, it's the recipe for burnout.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so nice to have that shift too, when you can actually shift it and then it starts running itself.
Oh, it's more. So nice. Yeah, become more systems oriented, right? As you become a better entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know.
Right?
Yeah. It's hard to learn too, I think, and even how to do that. And sometimes you have to bring people in to help you with that.
A lot of times. Then it's if you bring in key employees that really can self-manage.
Yes.
That's when you're grooving.
I know. It's all about your team.
It really is. Yeah. You're only as good as your team.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm glad. Do you have a good team right now?
I do.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I know. I really do. Yes. I'm sure you do as well.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Our team is on point. And for at Tomahawk especially, I'm just so proud of my guys. They are like really, really doing great things. Yay. And it's so nice that, we have such reliable employees that really feel like partners to us in our companies who really own their part of the business. And I'd say the same thing at Mohawk too. I mean, we have really, really good people around us. And I think that's the key.
That is the key. Yeah. I know. And you want them to stay. Yes. Good, and you want them to own it. Like you're saying.
Yeah. Be a part of it. Be a part of this thing and grow this together. Because it's like when one person succeeds in a team, everyone succeeds.
Everybody does. I know. And I always want them to grow. Like I want them to feel that ownership. And, because they are a part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you have an employee with that ownership mentality, then all of a sudden that's when you can have exponential growth in your company.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's not just a job.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
Yeah. Having that, somebody who can find that passion for it that you have.
I know. And sometimes that's hard to find because you don't know until they get started.
Yes.
Or at least that's been my
journey
a
lot of times you're just guessing.
Yeah. Even though you think that you did a good interview, sometimes they just have to do it.
Totally. And you never know. You never
really
know.
I know.
Yeah. We started Tomahawk, we made the pivot to the commercial world from the government space in 2020.
Okay.
So we hired the VP of commercial sales March 13th of 2020, right before the world shut down. Literally the day before the world shut down for COVID.
Gosh, that's
so
nuts.
it was like a Hail Mary, knowing whether, we had made the right choice,
Of course.
but man, did we make the right choice.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, Quentin is amazing. And
that's so cool.
He's the best.
That's awesome.
It was the best choice.
COVID was so weird, wasn't it?
It was so weird. How was running your business through COVID?
I mean, we do events.
Yeah.
It was so nuts. We just paused a lot.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I'm not a huge rule follower, so we still did a lot of events.
Yeah.
Just in a different way.
Yes.
Right. And maybe less. And then there was the space and all that stuff. But and it shifted pretty quickly.
Yeah. Well, things still had to be done. People were still going to get married.
Exactly.
Yeah. There were still events to be had.
There were still, just in a different form.
Yeah. So you just had to pivot a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah. Which is life, right?
Yeah, totally. We say adjust and conquer. AC.
Exactly. Yes, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. We did it. Tomahawk, our first deal in the commercial space for Tomahawk, instead of selling IT, we sold a train car full of hand sanitizer.
Perfect.
To one of the large train companies.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
And we found a spice manufacturer here in Orange County.
Okay.
And they actually made hand sanitizer for us.
Amazing. See? A spice.
So everybody had to pivot a little bit, but you just do what you need to do.
And sometimes it's an opportunity. Yeah. That you would have never thought of, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. It cracked me up. I thought, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're doing this right now. This is hilarious.
But you did it.
But we did what did they need? That's what they needed. And so that we made it happen.
Yes. Yeah. And it's more fun that way too.
It really is.
And I think a lot of people are so scared to just do it. Yeah. Right? To just roll up your sleeves and whatever that is to just figure it out.
Yeah, you gotta roll it up. Yeah. How did you pivot?
We, it wasn't, honestly, it was like a year that we probably had to pause quite a bit.
Right.
But we paused those events and then shifted them to a different time frame. And then there's so many, I don't know, we did some in barns or just like more open spaces and we still did some and it felt like it was just a blur. I mean, it was just such a blip. And then we did some even at the Ritz with the masks on and which was a little odd. Yeah. Right. And then it was like people didn't even know, like nobody knew. Should we wear these? Should we not? When do we take them off? But yeah.
Right.
I didn't know.
I know.
They were all asking me. I mean, I right. So I don't know. You just go for it. And I thought, did you get all these bumps on your face too?
Yes, totally. COVID? I didn't wear a lot of masks.
I didn't either.
Actually, I was kind of.
I didn't either. I had it in my pocket most of the time.
I called it. I would wear it on my chin.
Me too.
I was like, okay, I was like, it was down here, but I had it if I needed it. And then I switched to like a bandana and I pulled that off because I could make that a fashion statement and I would have it with me in case somebody was like, hey, you got to cover your face.
I love it. Yeah.
I was like, okay.
You're like me.
And then I went on an airplane and then they were like, oh no, they've banned that. You can't just wear a bandana anymore. You have to wear a mask.
So did you even have one? Well, they always had one.
Yeah, they had. Yes. That was when I was like, oh man.
And you couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe.
No, I could not breathe. No. Anyways. And I just don't know. That was such a weird time. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why the kids got homeschooled because we started homeschooling. Julian, my oldest, just is a little on spectrum, a little atypical.
And that name, by the way.
I thank you. Yeah. And there was just no way I was going to make that kid wear a mask on his face. And I don't even think he could have. I really don't think that would have been a good something that could have been expected of him. And I was no way. So,
well, I actually read that which completely makes sense. It prohibits their learning, right? Because you can't read the lips and then you only see half of the face. Yeah. And I think that a lot of people read lips and you don't even know that you're doing it. So oftentimes you can't even hear the person like you typically would.
Well, Indy was born in 2020 and I thought, how is this going to impede her like social learning? Yes. Because we're working with basically she's a nonverbal human. Right. And so all of the things she's learning about socialization are like about facial expressions, tonality, and all these things.
It's important.
The nonverbals that are, hiding behind a mask. I thought, wow. But, at the same time, we did have a school with 10 kids at our house when she was born.
That's awesome.
I thought that probably saved her because she really hasn't had any learning loss or social deficits at all. She's good. She's a pistol.
I bet she is.
Yeah. She really is.
I need to see a picture after this is over.
Oh my gosh. Yes, absolutely. I'll share it with you. Okay. Oh my gosh. She's like my mother. She's a clone of my mother. I don't know if you've ever met my mom in high school, but
or maybe I didn't. I
she's really, it's like, she's like, oh my gosh, the curly blonde hair, the blue eyes. Like,
does your mom have curly blonde hair and blue eyes?
Yes. Oh, I mean, she looks just like me.
Yeah, totally. You got her features. So you must look like your dad.
I do. I look like my dad. Okay. Yeah, I do. I look like my dad. And then it's cute because Paul, he looks like me.
Yeah.
My baby, my 2-year-old.
Okay.
Yeah. Aww. Because I named him after my brother.
That's when you said your brother, I was like, well, of course your brother looks like you, Paul, right? But then, okay, that's your baby.
Baby Paul.
Yes.
Yeah. I know. Everyone's like, wait, there's 2 Pauls. I'm like, yeah, there's 2 Pauls.
That's cool. I love that. Because you guys are so close, you and your brother.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Oh, I always called my boys Paul on accident because my baby Paul, my brother Paul was my first baby. And so, okay, let's name this last one Paul, and then I'll get his name right.
There you go. That's easy. Done.
Right? Done. Yeah. Easy. Cool. Oh, so easy. What kind of technology do you use to ease your workload with the BP Collective?
Right. Good question. Okay, obviously my business is creative, right? Mm-hmm. So I still love Pinterest just because then you can get so many different ideas going and inspiration. Canva obviously is a big one now. Starting to get into the AI world, like quickly. That's not going anywhere, right? And there's so much to explore.
Oh my gosh.
So much.
Yeah. So what's your favorite? Are you playing with any AI like ChatGPT or Grok or anybody like that?
Yeah, definitely ChatGPT. And it's fascinating. To me, it's just fascinating. And then it's crazy that they get to know you. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. No, they really do. Yeah. It's so interesting, isn't it?
It's fascinating. Yeah. So I'm exploring that more and more. But and then obviously calendar is still a huge one. I think it always will be. So back to basics too. Mm-hmm. And I think that's kind of like that fine line.
Yeah. I feel like Canva for me is the next thing that I've got to really get into. That's, because if you can use ChatGPT and Canva together, have you been playing with it?
No. And I need to find the time. I don't ever like to say that you're never too busy for anything, but there's always, so I think I need to just like schedule it on my calendar and really start to learn that a little bit more. But
yeah. Basically it's so cool because you can create basic little prompts that you can put into Canva.
Yes.
And then it will instantly using AI generate the image that you're looking for.
It's amazing.
In Canva.
It's really cool. Yes.
Yeah, I know. That's AI is step. I mean, it's moving so quickly right now.
It is. It is quicker than me, but I'm trying to keep up with it.
Good.
What about you? Are you?
I love both. I actually use Chat and Grok, and I use them a lot of times. I'll generate something here, then bring it over there, and then take it here, and I'll bring it back over there.
Totally.
And I use it mostly for like when I'm doing my podcast. It will helps me come up with will help me figure out my guests and good questions to ask them. And it's just been a gift with all of the writing that I have to do in my business as well.
Absolutely.
Crafting emails to employees, even like how to communicate. It's my HR assistant.
It's fantastic.
It's my legal assistant. I recently, like last week, used it to help draft a legal document for my mom for the word mark on the manager.
Oh my gosh. Perfect.
And then my mom goes, who wrote this? And I'm like, oh, ChatGPT wrote it. And she goes, wait, ChatGPT can write this? I was like, yeah, Mom. She's like, should I get it? I'm like, yeah.
Yes. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah. So she got ChatGPT so she can, get a draft.
Yes. At least
get a draft for your legal practice and save yourself a little bit of time.
Absolutely.
Because it can do it so fast. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, I know. But we have to, that part of the podcast, part of the reason like we have the show is so that we as women can embrace these new tools.
You have to.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I think it goes back to even the days when the computers came out.
Yeah.
Right. And I think so many people were honestly scared to use it or even email. And then
I was resistant of computers. I was resistant of email. I was resistant of cell phones.
Even the cell phones. Do you remember oh my gosh, no, I'm not going to even say it because it's going to date us too much. I mean, I think that we grew up in a really cool generation because it was this in between where we didn't have cell phones for a long time.
It's true.
Right? Or even computers. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
That's nuts. Like we didn't have laptops at school.
Nope.
No.
We had no laptops at school. I know. And I was in like one of those like programs it was a little pilot program that was for computer art. And we had these little Macs that we would work on and create these art pieces in that class. But man, it was like, they were basically like, is this even going to work? Like, well, how does this work?
Yes.
But it was, now it's basically the basis of all graphic design. It was Photoshop 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Photoshop 1.
It really was.
So crazy.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I remember it's almost like connecting the dots. Like at that point, yeah, you would have to, anyways, it's so different now.
It's so different now. I just like technology in our lifetime has really like exponentially. And in the next 5 years, technology is really going to explode.
I know.
And it's like the more we can embrace and like go for the ride. Yeah. I know.
And then kind of keep that fine line too of thinking for ourselves as well. That's what I'm a little scared of, at least for our children's generation, right? Because they don't have that as much as we do, that base.
Totally. We're analog. Like we were raised analog.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Funny sideways story, little segue. So we were at a hotel in Tahoe a few years ago, and there was an actual phone there, like a landline. Yeah. And so we walked in, they were all excited, and there were robes there. So my son put on a robe and he's like, "What's this?" He didn't even know like what that was, right? Because he's never seen one before. Isn't that crazy? So he like picked it up and he was calling down to the valet because he was so fascinated by it.
It's like, what is this, Mom? You're like, that is a phone. He's
it's a phone. He didn't know. Isn't that weird?
It is so weird.
I thought it was really crazy.
It is. No, it really is. I think about it like with Indy and Paul, they're basically going to grow up in a world. They're never going to know life without AI.
Right. Oh my gosh. That is nuts. Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Bonkers.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
When we were, I actually had a rotary phone in our house at one point.
My grandparents did.
Yeah.
It's I like it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Wow. We've come a long way.
Right.
In a short amount of time.
We have. And Levi didn't even know how to use the buttons. He's like, how do you, like, what is this? But yes. Yeah. Back to the rotary. That's even crazier.
I know. I'm like, I grew up and my grandparents had the rotary phone in their house. I thought it was so cool.
Super
but can you imagine?
No.
All the way around. All the way around.
So retro, but I like it.
Talking about slowing down, taking your time.
I know, which is what everybody needs to do now a little bit.
Exactly. Yes. That's what I was just talking about with my last guest is like, we're now in this like hyper speed, like
too much
go, over scheduled, like, never taking time to do nothing world.
Yes.
Exactly. And she was like talking about how we need to take time to do less.
I know. That's hard to do sometimes, at least for me. I'm sure for you too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely, I feel like now after talking to her, I'm like, okay, could I schedule doing nothing into my schedule?
I think so. But it really, I schedule my runs into my schedule.
Yeah.
You kind of have to, or else you don't do it. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if it's a priority, if it's not on my calendar, it's probably not going to get done.
No, it's not going to. Well, maybe those 3 minutes after the 25 minutes, I should do nothing.
Ooh.
Right? Because you asked what I did.
Yeah.
But what would nothing be? I don't know.
Is nothing just sitting there doing nothing?
I don't know. It would have to be something fun.
Right?
Yes. Maybe I should do more things that are fun during those 3 minutes. Yes.
Yeah, I know. You got to remember what your inner child, she was talking about the inner child. She's like, we have to feed our inner child.
Okay, I'll feed it.
Yeah. What does your inner child love to do?
I love nature.
Oh,
and to be outside and just to like feel the sun on your face and all of that. So I'm going to do that.
Do that.
Inner child 3 minutes after every 25 minutes.
Yes.
At least 3 times a day.
Totally. Maybe take your shoes off and go stand on the grass or something.
Good. Yeah. Ground yourself a little bit.
Right.
I like it. Okay.
You
try it too.
I'm going to.
Okay.
I know. I have to schedule my 3 minutes somewhere.
Perfect.
I like your 25 plus 3. I'm like, I could do this. I think we can do this. Right.
And then you're more focused again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you get a little break.
Okay. I'll text you next time.
Yeah. Just text me and be like, did you take your 3 minutes today?
Yes. Okay. We'll do it. Baby steps.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's almost, we actually live in such a world that we like have to remember how to be bored.
I know.
Again.
I know. Yes.
Yes.
And it's good for the kids to know that. just to, and I think mine do, but it's, for example, my daughter right now, she's planting, she's gardening, right? And they just, they wash my car. Yeah. So it's kind of nice. Well, cause we're there on spring break today, but
nice.
So it's kind of nice just to have like, okay, what should I do right now? That's different and fun. And
I love that. Yeah, my 4-year-old loves to garden too. She's a way better gardener than I am right now.
It's so therapeutic.
I know. Her little garden has like probably 8 different kinds of plants growing in it, and she did all from seeds.
Good for her.
I know.
She has the green thumb.
She has a green thumb. She's
That's
my little green
awesome.
fairy. But yeah, it's finding time to do a little bit less.
Exactly.
Right?
I know. Have you been to the ecology center?
I love it.
Isn't that fun?
It's the best.
And you can pick the strawberries and the
Yes.
fruits and the vegetables.
We're so lucky that we have the ecology center here
Aren't we?
in our town.
I know.
You know, we have this great, it's an organic farm, and it's,
Right.
it's, you know, they have a farm stand where they sell their produce and other people's produce that's organic. And it's a wonderful place where it's a really like big resource for our area to have.
Agreed.
Have you done any events there?
I need to. No, I should do some smaller events, right? Like just mini get-togethers. I think that'd be really cool.
That would be really cool.
Thank you for actually thinking of that for me. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking about doing one there this summer.
Well, then let's do one.
Okay, let's do it.
I like it.
Let's do it. We'll talk.
Kind of like a little get-together dinner party is what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's a great spot for that.
It is.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know. You've never been to their feast? They do a green feast there.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
I know, it's really awesome.
You should go and check it out just so you know, like, what they're capable of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I should.
Yeah.
I heard that it's a great chef, and I love nature, as you know, and so do you. And just like, you know, good food that's organic. That's super important.
Yeah. I love that.
Cool.
Let's do it. We're going to do it. And what's one piece of advice, maybe creative or leadership lesson, that you'd share with other women to help them embrace their own influence?
Oh my gosh, such a great question. Well, I think if you're just starting out, I think it's important, kind of going back to the other question earlier, I think it's really important just to get out in the work world and just to, you know, get experience. It's hard to start something right away. And honestly, just hard work. You just have to roll up your sleeves and do it. There's no shortcuts in my mind. And getting used to whatever you're doing, right? And getting to know people and working hard and but also being authentic to who you are and your voice and your inner self. It's easy to get spun out and to listen to other people, I think. So that's my one piece of advice is yes, listen to other people and then listen to yourself again and just try to have your own compass.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's great advice. That's really great advice. Yeah. Because it is, especially when you're young, it's easy to not value your own compass.
It is. I know. And you can lose years going in a different direction because, you know, your dad told you to do something or your mom or, you know, whoever, or, you know, you think that society thinks that you should go to law school or whatever the case is. Right. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you're not feeling that, you're probably never going to be good at it anyways. So might as well just try to go on your own path.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. It's so true.
Yes.
Do you have any fun personal goals that are coming up? Like what's next for you?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited to start BP Collective, which is our retreat space. So we're going to, as you know, I've been doing events for so long in design and I have a degree in interior design, but I love adventure and I love running and I love skiing and nature, as we just talked about. So to be able to compile all that together for people that maybe own their own businesses or that are, you know, have a lot going on and just want to get more like tapped into who they are, but also tapped into the business world. And so we're gonna start that venture, and I can't wait. I'm excited.
That is so fun.
Yes.
Is that going to be like in a specific retreat space, or are you going to do different retreat centers? What's the plan?
Yeah, good question again. We are going to work with corporate companies doing, you know, if they want to put on a retreat, then we can help them do that. And we still haven't lost our touch with doing just corporate events in general. But I think we're going to start with just creating our own and doing different adventures in different areas and spaces. So
that sounds fun.
I know, it's going to be so fun. I'm excited.
Wow. Will those all be based here in Southern California, or are you going to do them all over?
I think, well, you know, there's only so many that you can do in a year. So I think we'll start in Southern California and then see where it takes us.
That sounds so fun.
I know. I'm really excited. And you never know where it's going to take you. I mean, if a company wants us to do it, you know, abroad, then we'll do that. Or we might do an annual one, I was thinking, and maybe do 4 different locations. So Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see how this goes.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Yeah. We're going to be doing retreats with the manager too. So maybe it's something we can work on together. I'd love to collab on that with you.
Let's do that. I know, because I would love to bring in speakers and all that as well.
That would be,
cool.
I know.
So we have the dinner and then we have this other experience.
I love this.
Me too.
Yeah. Collaboration.
This
is how we do it.
I know.
Yeah. There's always ways to work together. I love that. And I think that's how women work.
It is. Yeah. And I love that I've known you for so long too. That's so awesome, from high school. And I always we just always run into each other.
We do.
Which is really neat.
I know.
I think there's a reason for that.
We must, because I hardly run into like anyone else from high school. Yeah. I know. It's so weird. But except for like, I have like my the girls from office hours.
Yes.
Which are a bunch of high school girls, which is hilarious because most of them were like seniors when we were freshmen.
Oh my gosh, no way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we meet up. We just started this year. And we meet up every other Friday.
Oh, that's fun.
So the Laguna crowd seems to be, we're coming back.
We're coming back. Okay,
we're coming back together. Everyone went their directions.
Of course they did. Yes. Oh my gosh, that's fun. So you guys meet on every other Friday and just have like a glass of wine or something? Or
most of us don't even drink alcohol.
Oh, good.
But we all bring food.
Oh, okay.
We all bring everybody brings like a little something tasty to eat. And then we all just sit around and talk for like 5 hours.
That's so fun. Just at somebody's house.
It's usually at Vanessa's house.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Because every other Friday, she doesn't have her kids.
Oh, fabulous.
So it's become our like kid-free safe zone,
That's really cool. That's super fun.
So we'll have to have you over for office hours.
Love that. Office hours. Perfect. Okay. Let me know what I can bring.
Absolutely. I'm like so cool. Reconnecting, building more community with our neighbors, with our friends, having, that's sort of my personal goal this year. Like I lost it for so many years, getting caught up with all my kids and my family and my husband and all the things. And this year was like my personal resolution this year was make more time for yourself and make more time for your friendships. Because it's easy to lose them if you don't water them.
Oh my gosh, you have to honor them. And then you have to give them the time that they deserve. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. And then I think just filtering those out, what's that saying? For a season, a reason, and a lifetime for a friend, and kind of realizing that sometimes because there's only so much capacity.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it's interesting how the people at this age, the people that come back into your life are usually like it comes in way more intentional at this age.
Yes. I know. And if you're pretty tapped in, then I think you realize that, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, if you keep on seeing that same person again it's really neat. I love that. But that's a really good personal goal.
That
you have. Yes.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's so easy I don't know. When my kids all grow up, will I even have any friends if I don't invest in my friendships right now? That's like a big deal to me.
It's a huge deal to me. And it's like family.
Yeah. And it's soul food, like being with the girls.
I know.
Even like having a little bit of time to have a grown-up conversation.
I know, it's huge.
It feels so good.
It really does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's not like all work and not like all family.
Yes, I know. Oh, that's so cool. I love it. Every other Friday. That's a perfect amount of time to be with that big of a group too. It's awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Little goals.
Yes.
What's something like a ritual or a song or a habit that energizes you when you're designing an event or balancing a busy day?
Okay. So running for sure. It's just my happy place. And I feel like, oh my gosh, it decreases so much stress too. Yeah. So I usually run at the beach or in the hills. So that's a good one. Or playing music. Right? Just like some good music. And I always feel like certain songs take you to a different place, which is so awesome. So those are the two that came up in my mind.
Is there like a song?
Not really. It kind of depends on what mood I'm in. And of course, being with my kids and family and friends and all that stuff too. That's just imperative, right?
Oh, totally.
Makes you who you are.
Oh, absolutely.
That's everything.
It really is. Yeah. It's so much fun. I'm so glad to reconnect with you and have you here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
And get to share some time with you.
Oh my gosh, it was so good to see you. And I can't wait to read your entire book. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yes.
Thank you so much for being here. Thanks, Lindsay.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.